I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner.
It's week 2 of the NFL, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Falcons and the Vikings on Monday night.
We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener, 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong, but I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. And that's a shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 24 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better.
Touchdown, Falcons! Devontae Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Ernest Jones there for the tackle. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man, complete. It's Cannon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards to the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 40 yards. And the Falcons have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That's good for 28 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. For Robinson. 23 carries, 119 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Check pass. Hurry, hurry! Go!
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Hurry, hurry! Hurry, hurry!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've got their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a first and goal.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, after last week, where he kept finding the end zone when he had 2 touchdown runs, he's got to be just a tad frustrated here. Close, but he hasn't gotten in.
Maybe they give him another shot. We'll see.
Well, I would think so. I think he's built up that type of equity, but the guys on the other side of the ball know it too.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 3 yards out. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Lawrence's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They go play action with Lawrence. This is Smith with a grab. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
Ready to go.
Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Smith. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it 21-8. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the interception on the opening drive, but bounced back to throw a touchdown last time out. And he'll look to build on that as they start 1st and 10.
Go, Reed, go! Tempo!
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, complete. That's Cannon. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right there, hurt.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down. The Vikings have 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's got some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Carlson able to put this one through, and that gets him back within 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now it's seemingly automatic.
Isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs. all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. From the 29, Lawrence. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. We'll talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And Thomas has it. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A very solid gain of 27. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. So they kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds Watson complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds Robinson, and he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
They'll look to throw again, and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute, but first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where you see the final score there. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Joe Burrow, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounce back from the defeat on opening weekend. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary at will in that first half. These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3, taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive? Right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards yards, the pickup, first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll complete this one to Watson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They're going to look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. McCaffrey running up the middle. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. McCaffrey is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Here's Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football here in the second half, that's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Trevor Lawrence scoring on the 2-yard keeper, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Holding, defense. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline it and take possession of the football on the INT. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Lawrence to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now Lawrence. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. And the Falcons are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Now, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this run game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Check. Alert. Opposite.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And some space here. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Now, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
5 yards remain on second down. Back to throw. The quick throw finds T.J. Hockenson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Back to throw again. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. And help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
They go play action now. Lawrence. That one complete down the field to Smith. Touchdown Falcons. Devontae Smith halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Falcons are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Vikings head out to take over once again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cannon. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 127 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Alert. Ready to go.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Falcons on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball They like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throw left side complete. That's Cannon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll look to throw again.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
18 runners, 18 runners, go!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. In this game, it was well in